Hi guys and welcome to my channel. So after I made my short video for almost like it's closing up to a year now, there has been a lot of comments, and actually I'm very surprised that video had got so many views. So I bought this for about 2 years ago now, and I'm very happy with this trimmer or body groomer or whatever you want to call it. The problem is that one button here has stopped working. I have to push it in a few seconds before it starts up properly. So I've been considering to buy a new one, and I have seen a lot of commercials where Philips has popped up this new series OneBlade. So I've been looking on different stores, and frankly it wasn't that easy. I was looking on Philips body groomer or trimmer series 5000 and the 7000 series, and it wasn't that easy to pick which kind of body groomer or trimmer I was willingly to try out, because I have been very happy with this model. I think it's very smart engineered. As you can see, it has two edges for different purpose, and I think it's the shape of it make it very convenient if you wanted to shave whatever part on your body. So I feel a little bit sad that I maybe are breaking up with this device now. But I've been standing in the store and looking on the Body Groomer 5000 series, I believe, and the 7000 series and the OneBlade series. And my conclusion was that a 5000 and a 7000 series felt a little bit clumsy. Every time I was thinking in the store, if I think people had a laugh about when they were looking at me, because I was standing like doing all kind of different poses to see if I thought it was well engineered, and I think they are not. I think those models are good for maybe using for beard and hair, and maybe not so much for the body. But the OneBlade Pro felt a little bit weaker, but I actually made a choice and I bought the OneBlade Pro. So grab a coffee and let's pop up this box and see what we got. So as you can see, it's a Pro model, and I really tried to read out what the difference was between the different OneBlade models. They had like one basic, and this OneBlade Pro, and another one where you got a bigger device or a trimmer to it. And I felt like maybe that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the one solution. And when it comes to all of these kind of different parts that you get to all of this, these kind of devices, I'm not that impressed, because I think many times less is more. But anyway, let's pop up the box. As you can see, it's a 90 minutes runtime on it, and we got the device. Feels okay. Maybe not that as premium as my old model. And you get the part where you can adjust the length when you're trimming it, and it's up to 10 millimeter, as you can see. So this is like I think you can trim down your hair quite close to your body, but this part looks like you can shave it much more closer. And it has like it's like a feather thing in this part where it's moving side to side, so it will probably follow the body or the body part you're shaving, so that's good. Each one of those, and some kind of protection shield to the small part. And we got the user guide, and probably a small box here, probably the charger. And you got another part here, like a gear or something. You just put it on maybe, and that has some kind of length on it. And you got the charger. So this is all of the parts you get in the Pro model, and I don't know what to say about it. As I mentioned before, I'm not a fan to have too many different parts because I am quite worthless when it comes to storage them. So I guess you just plug it in like that, and as you can see, it's moving side to side, and you just push the button there and it will pop out. So I guess you get a few millimeters when you're using this part. I'm more interested of using this part. So I guess, okay, this is probably the side you're gonna put it on, like that. So it looks like you can shave yourself pretty close to the body, and that has actually been a concern when I bought this device. This feels quite promising, I guess. The only issue I got with the OneBlade model is that this cost like $70 for me, and if you're buying new blades for this, I think a 2 package cost around $40. And I think that is quite ridiculous that they are taking such big cost for just a simple blade. And that was actually one of the things that I was looking on the Bodygroomer 5000 and 7000 series, because if the Bodygroomer part was maybe broken, I asked the store if they had any spare parts to buy it, and he didn't know anything about that. So I felt like that doesn't feel very promising if you can't get any spare parts to it. Okay, Philip, too much talk. Let's see if this model is up for the challenge and if it actually are better than my old model. So let's get started. So guys, we're in my bathroom, and it wasn't that easy to do a good setup with the light. Hopefully you will see some of the result or how effective this trimmer is. I have no plan on how I want to trim my beard, so I am quite fond of it now, but I think I will fix it up a little bit and see if I'm going to trim it down more than 10 millimeters or shave it off entirely. Let's test it. So I'm starting with 10 millimeters. Feels okay. I just went to my barber who did my haircut, but he misunderstood me. He thought that I was gonna shave off my beard entirely, so that's why I'm naked here. So it's just a small misunderstanding between me and my barber. But yeah, anyway, it will grow out. So I saved up a little bit of beard up here, like 4 or 5 days now, so just to be able to test the blade. So let's see how well that goes. Well, if I should compare it with my old model, I believe you will get a closer cut with this part than this blade. Feels like that anyway. Feels okay, but I think this old model is just a little bit better when it comes to getting a closer cut. This blade is quite surprisingly strong to be that small, so that is something positive. But I am a little bit disappointing on that it couldn't shave much closer than this. So I guess you end up, after using this blade, you have to shave it with a regular razor blade anyway. But anyway, let's continue. So guys, I just decided to trim down my entire beard and in 10 millimeters, and I'm gonna fade it a little bit, and I'm gonna shave my neck part here with just the blade and see how the result will be. So I just continue, I guess. Feels like the blade isn't that strong enough to cut my beard. Maybe I got too thick beard, but it is quite challenging for it. Maybe if I go a little bit slower, maybe. I think my beard is a little bit too thick because it takes a really long time for it to cut down the hair. So I'm gonna start fading now, see how that goes. So far I believe that my old model will probably do a better job when it comes to taking care of my beard. I don't know if I got very thick beard, but it had a hard time to cut it down. So, but anyway, let's continue. So guys, I'm gonna stop there and let's go back to the table and summarize all of this. So guys, let's summarize all of this. And before I start summarizing anything, I just want to mention to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button so more people can watch my videos. So let's continue. So the OneBlade suits you who want to have a shorter beard and maybe want to be more precise. I think the button where you are choosing which kind of length you want to trim your beard is very smart. I think my old groomer is a little bit basic there. So I guess you get a more preciser cut with this model. But don't get me wrong, I think the Bodygroomer 7000 does a very good job. It's just a little bit more clumsier than the OneBlade. But then again, the OneBlade is a weaker device than the groomer. So as I mentioned before, it had a hard time to chew or cut through my beard. And I believe that the OneBlade is a little bit more delicate or easy to use on the facial part than the 7000 model. It's a little bit clumsier, I guess. But I think overall my old model would have cut through my beard much more faster. So what I like with my old model is it is like a double-edged sword and it doesn't have any loose part. You just bring the entire device and that's it. While the OneBlade has a few parts, I don't think it's necessary to bring this part, for instance. I think overall you're good enough to just bring this part with you. And that is actually, I think that is actually the only thing with the Pro model is that you get this part where you can have more precise on cutting your length. So what is my thoughts with these two models? Well, I think that the I think the old 7000 model is a stronger device, and it suits you who has a bigger beard, or as I have. And it also suits you who want to have a closer cut to the skin. I think the groomer part is much better than the OneBlade. But then again, the OneBlade absolutely suits you who has a shorter cut beard and want to have a more preciser cut. I think it was a very slick and elegant experience using this, but it isn't that strong as I expected. So my suggestion here is for you guys who have thicker, bigger beard and want to have a closer cut, the Bodygroomer 7000 suits you, while the OneBlade suits you guys who just want to have a shorter beard and more preciser cut. I think this part is so good because you get the same close cut as you get from the barber, and that is something I've been missing with the old model. Another thing I just want to add into the OneBlade is, because I know this question will pop up in the comments, is that I think the old model feels a little bit more safer than OneBlade when it comes to trimming body parts. So what is my score here? Well, for me and my beard or my needs, I will give the OneBlade Pro 3.5 points. And the reason why I am giving 3.5 points is because I think it's a little bit pricey to buy the new blades, and I thought the blade wasn't that good when it comes to cutting it close to the skin, so that was a pity. While my old model body groomer, I will give like a 4.5 points. So 3.5 points for the OneBlade and 4.5 points for the Body Groomer 7000. So sadly I can't bring back this to the store now when I've been using it, so I guess I have to stick with this for a while. So guys, hopefully you found any value or found this video useful for you guys, and I hope you guys are considering to subscribe to this channel. There are so many people who are watching my videos, but there are not that many that are subscribing to it. So please hit the like button and subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Take care. Bye!